I appointed General Ogola. General Ogola is among the people who went to Bomas to try and overturn my victory. Do you know that? But because when I looked at his CV, he was the best person to be general. I called him and I sat him down. I told him, my friend, you went to Bomas to try and overturn my victory. But because you are the...
Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, in as much as they normally say that when the deal is too good, think twice. Right now, we don't know who to blame and why to blame the person that maybe people might be thinking of blaming. Because according to the president himself, he said that he gave General Francis Ogola job to become the CG simply because of his papers and the qualifications that he had. And him as the president, he felt like Ogola was the best person, and that job was he was the person that could do it better. Today, the report showed that, as we all know, that Ogola, the General Ogola, together with the other people, were involved in a crash, in a plane crash, and it's like all of them have died. The likeness of let me just read for you the names of the people that have died. Number one, we have got General Ogola, and then we also have Brigadier Said. We have got Colonel Keitani. We have got Captain Sora, Sergeant Omondi, Captain Litali, Sergeant Nyawira, and Lieutenant Colonel Sawe. Those are the people that were involved in the plane crash, and unfortunately, they have lost their life. They were 8, and they have lost their lives. And it is our prayer that may God put their souls in eternal peace. Now, there is something that before I give you, or before I play for you before I give you a speech of President William Ruto talking about, because we were waiting for his briefing, and it is quite funny that he has just spoken something like some minutes ago, and I want to tell you what I want to give you what he said. But before we do that, there is something very painful that the daughter of General Ogola said here, and I would like it to read it to you too. You know, it is very painful at this moment when we have lost someone very much grateful, and someone who is the pillars in the country. And that is why the country's mood have just turned from to a mourning mood. This is what the daughter said. There is Lorna Omondi Ogola. She said that my father, the pursuer of excellence, most empathetic and effective leader and statesman, just went down in chopper crash in West Pokot, doing what he did best for the better part of the last 40 years, trying to keep Kenya safe. One day, I shall tell beautiful stories of how he taught with his action and not with his word. But today, I rush home to send him off to the great beyond. So that is a painful words. Those are the painful words from Ogola's daughter, Lorna Omondi Ogola. You know, sometimes there are some of the things that normally happens in life that even if you are willing maybe to say a lot of things, you just find yourself saying very brief words because you lack words to say. So that is a painful part of it, and now that is the state that we as a country is in. And I would like to play to you what President William Ruto have just said concerning the late General Ogola. And I also want to hear your word. I also want to see you maybe saying rest in peace, just words at the comment section, because you know right now we don't need to say a lot of things. This is now a trend. First of all, we had George Saitoti also just died through a plane crash. We have got Ruto Jode died through a plane crash. Now we have got General Ogola also have died on a plane crash. We'll bring you the details of all and how they died. But for today, for this video, let us just say that may the late General Ogola's body and spirit rest eternal peace. I want you to watch this, and until we meet again, I have been your host, Boniface Owino. Bye-bye.
Today, at 2:20 p.m., our nation suffered a tragic air accident in Sindar area, Keben location, 3rd Division in Elgeyo Marakwet County. I am deeply saddened to announce the passing on of General Francis Omondi Ogola, the Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces. Together with him in the crash were 11 other gallant military personnel, 9 who also passed on with him, and 2 survivors. The gallant military personnel who passed on with General Ogola are Brigadier Swale Saidi, Colonel Duncan Keitany, Lieutenant Colonel David Sawe, Major George Benson Magondu, who was also the pilot, Captain Sora Mohammed, Captain Hilary Litali, Senior Sergeant John Kinywa Mureithi, Sergeant Cliffons Omondi, and Sergeant Rose Nyawira. The Chief of Defence Forces on board the Kenya Air Force Hiwi helicopter had left Nairobi this morning to visit troops deployed in the North Rift under the Operation Maliza Uhalifu, and to also inspect the ongoing school renovation works in the following schools: Chesitet Primary School, Cheptulel High School, Chepoton Primary School, Ksa Primary School, and Saplimoi Primary School. As part of his working tour, the CDF had been briefed on the security situation by a multi-agency team stationed at Chesitet in Baringo County, after which he proceeded to the Kainuk Forward Operating Base in the Turkana County, where he addressed troops, commending them for their resilience and operational success. The Chief of Defence Forces and his entourage departed from Kainuk to Chesegon in West Pokot County, where he launched the rehabilitation of Cheptulel Boys High School. He then departed Chesegon for the Recruits Training School in Wasingishu County, where he was scheduled to inspect construction facilities at the institution. Unfortunately, the aircraft crashed shortly after takeoff. This is a very sad moment, a moment of great sadness for me as the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces. It is a tragic moment for the Kenya Defence Forces fraternity, and it is a most unfortunate day for the nation at large. Our motherland has lost one of her most valiant generals. We have also lost gallant officers, servicemen, and women. The demise of General Ogola is a painful loss to me, and certainly the sorrow we all feel about this passing on is shared by all of the people of Kenya, and most especially the KDF fraternity. a distinguished four-star general has fallen in the course of duty and in the service of country. I convey my deepest condolences to all families that are grieving this untimely loss and our mourning nation as well. May the Almighty God rest their souls in peace and grant their families fortitude at this time of very deep sorrow. I also wish quick recovery to the two injured soldiers in this accident who are now in hospital. The Kenya Air Force has constituted and dispatched an air investigation team to establish the cause of the air crash. In honor of the life and the distinguished military career of the fallen general who lost his life not just while in office but in active military duty, the nation will observe a period of 3 days of mourning commencing tomorrow, the 19th of April 2024. During this time of national mourning, the Kenya flag, the Kenya Defence Forces flag, the East African Community flag, and flags of all formations of the military shall fly at half-mast in the Republic of Kenya and in Kenya missions abroad. Poleni sana.